Salisbury Center, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, it's Aaron Davidson.
Welcome back, everybody, to TCB 46. We're ready for our 10th fight.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're welcoming Aaron Davidson into the ring from the House of Muay Thai. And now, Brooke, we're getting into some fighters that have some more experience getting them into the TCB ring here tonight. So far, we've had some crazy, exciting fights. A lot of them being debut fighters like we were talking about, but now we're moving into the back end of the card here. Some of the getting close to the co-main event. This is right before the co-main event, so our 10th bout of the night. And we got Aaron Davidson from the House of Muay Thai. He's 3-1 being his record. This bout will be in the 165-pound weight class. And yeah, excited to see him in here. Whenever you get guys that have been in here before, have been in that ring, knows what it feels like. Sometimes you get kind of a more exciting fight. You never know, right? The new guys come in and they sometimes you just see them just pedal to the metal. They don't know how to do it any other way, right? But sometimes you see these guys who have been in here before, you know, that have 3, 4, 5 fights, and you see a different level of kind of ring prowess, and so we'll see what Aaron is going to be bringing here to TCB 46 here tonight. I'm sure he's going to want to continue his win streak and come out on top here. But he's up against a tough Isaac Lientu. Let's go ahead and get Isaac inside the ring.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Isaac Lientu.
Isaac Lientu, 22 years old, 5 feet 10 inches tall, 163 pounds. You know, at the age of 22, he's 3-0, so relatively young, but already 3 fights under his belt, fighting out of Disciple MMA. So unlike a lot of our other bouts where we had, you know, guys making their debuts, we've got a 3-0 guy against a 3-1 guy. So both of these guys are experienced. Both of these guys have had plenty of success, and I think that'll make it a really interesting fight.
Yeah, no, excited to see Lientu in here. What did his coaches say his fight name was?
Yeah, his nickname is Yeehaw.
Yeehaw! All right. I mean, probably means he just a guy that gets in here, has fun, and that's a hard fighter to beat. A guy who's having fun inside the ring. Obviously, him being undefeated at 3-0, coming out of Disciple MMA with expert coach Scott Howard there in his corner, and Paul Sacharing, Angel Ortiz, and you know, all the guys there at Disciple really showing some good quality stuff. You got Scott Howard just drove back from a huge BKFC win in the main event last night. Dustin Paig had a crazy fight. Congratulations to Paig and Coach Howard and the whole Disciple team there on that, because that was huge. It was something that will go down in the record books and move Dustin one step closer to that BKFC title. So congratulations to them. And certainly excited to see Isaac Yeehaw Lientu inside of the TCB ring. A young guy, man, 22 years old and 3-0. I think the sky's the limit for this guy.
Yeah, I'm curious to actually see how he reacts when he hears his nickname, because his coaches didn't tell it to him.
Oh.
They told it to me, and he was like, "Oh, come on, man, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?" And they're like, "You'll find out when you get out there." So I'm curious.
It's like that?
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how he reacts to this.
All right, let's send it down to Chris to make this one official here inside the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB Super Lightweight Division. It is brought to you by our friends at Pev's Paintball and Airsoft Park, the Mid-Atlantic's premier paintball and airsoft park, and the Shop Gym, the Virginia Mecca with locations in Manassas and Ashburn. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'11" and weighing in at 163 pounds, fighting out of the House of Muay Thai with a record of 3 wins and only 1 defeat, it's Aaron Davidson. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'10" and weighing in at 163 pounds, fighting out of Disciple MMA, he brings a perfect 3-0 record to the ring. It's Isaac Lientu. Yeehaw! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. It is brought to you by Pev's Paintball and the Shop Gym, and your referee is Mike Weber.
I give that yeehaw 2 thumbs up for Mr. Chris Fuller. That was a good one. And yeah, excited to get this one underway. Coming into our last 3 fights on the night. And although we've had some explosive bangers tonight, I think this one will be right up there with them. Here we go, round 1.
Fighters touch gloves. Trading some combinations early.
Wow.
Nice leg kicks there from Davidson.
Great kicks to the body from Davidson. Being the southpaw, Lientu orthodox stance. So then you got the battle of the backhand and the back leg for both guys whenever you have opposite stances there like that. And Davidson's really taking advantage of that liver kick.
So Lientu now tying up, trying to throw some knees in there. Referee separates them.
Here we go, back to the action. Let's see if Davidson keeps, I think he will, keeps nice elbow too. Keeps using that rear leg to the liver. There it is once again.
Nice combination there from Davidson.
Davidson looking really sharp here. I like how he's looking.
Ooh, there's a nice left hand from Davidson.
Yeah, making him pay. Lientu getting in on that clinch, scoring with some knees. If you can really start to dominate the clinch and start to wear on the guy, it's a very grueling area to be in. And not to mention getting kneed in the body at the same time, elbows. So that clinch, you really got to be on your P's and Q's and really be aware of what's going on. You can't just rest when you're inside the clinch, especially with a guy who knows what he's doing.
Davidson throwing some combinations. Lientu answers with a kick. Oh man, once again, wow. I don't even know how you score that round. I mean, was there a clear winner, do you think?
I don't know, but the bell rang too fast. I wanted to see some more of that. Luckily, we'll have rounds 2 and 3 here coming up. I think both fighters are just getting going. But if I had to edge it out, I might give Davidson that round. I don't know, just based on volume and some significant kicks that he had. I don't know. I didn't see Lientu really unleash quite yet, but I think he will. And we'll just have to wait and see kind of what rounds 2 and 3 hold. But I think towards the end of that round, Lientu was starting to feel himself, starting to get in his rhythm. And so hopefully for him, he'll be carrying that momentum and that rhythm into round 2 and 3.
We're going to see who ends up being more effective in the clinch, too. No clear dominant individual in that department. But as you pointed out earlier, that can make a huge difference, and they did spend some time there.
Here we go, round 2. Ooh.
Starting off with some head exchanges.
There we go. Ooh,
oh, nice left hand.
Yeah, nice left hand. Davidson coming out with some crispy boxing here to start off round 2, along with his beautiful kicks he's been landing. But he's having a little trouble here in the clinch with Lientu putting some pressure there up against the ropes.
Seems like they've had a lot of elbow pad issues tonight.
Yeah, it's just, you know, those things, they move around and they're not as, that's why you see Lientu's got a little tape on him just to kind of tighten him up a little bit more. Oh, look at that, look at that. That was beautiful. Caught that kick, made him pay for it with a little punch afterward. Davidson looking sharp. I love his technique. He's pretty sharp. Got the ring composure. Lands that left hand pretty nicely. That left kick pretty nicely. There it is. And look at Lientu give him one back. That was nice too.
Yeah, I'd say overall it does appear Davidson's been getting maybe a little bit better at the exchanges, but again, it's close.
There we go. Lientu coming in with some elbows. That's what I want to see. I want to see these guys using all their weapons, all 8 limbs, their kicks, their knees, their elbows, and of course their hands to get this job done.
Catches the kick again. Tries that reverse spinning kick.
He tried to hit him with the with the Joaquin Buckley from the UFC. With the I don't know if you've seen that viral knockout. Where he caught that kick and hit him with that spinning kick right off the catch, and he almost had it.
Yeah. So there again, you know, difficult round to call. You know, nobody really inflicted any like serious damage. So I'd say this fight is still up for grabs.
Yeah.
You know, depending on how this 3rd round goes, I think either fighter could take it. We're just going to have to see how that ends up working out.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think the fight is still up for grabs. But I do think Isaac has got to come out guns blazing here in this 3rd round and try to impose his will, because I think he's got the athletic ability to do it. He's a young guy. He's got great cornermen there with Coach Paul Sitchering there, giving him some advice and giving him probably some little tough love there in the corner, I think, heading into this 3rd round. So we'll see what he's made of and what he's going to bring here into this 3rd round.
All right, so final round of the fight here. Aaron Davidson and Isaac Lientu. They're going to trade. Oh, there's a trip there from Davidson. The referee admonishes him. Now they're doing some more leg kicking.
Yeah. Anytime you put your opponent on the mat, man, I consider that a point, man. That's a point for me.
Yeah.
You know, so it don't matter how it happens. So good job. Davidson started the round off, putting him to the mat, to the canvas. He's about to do it again if he keeps. He does a great job of catching those kicks too.
Yeah, he's done it a few times this fight, hasn't he?
Yeah, and that's what really separates a good fighter from a great fighter, is a guy who's not going to let you throw lazy kicks. And if you do, he's going to catch them and he's going to make you pay. And that's exactly what Davidson's been doing a lot of times throughout this fight.
Davidson moving around while Lientu prefers to stay in the middle.
Yeah, here in this 3rd round, I think both guys got to really dig deep. Oh, Davidson swinging with some big punches there. I want to see more offense from Yeehaw, Isaac Lientu, because I think that he's got to close the show if he wants to get this one.
Davidson's been very successful with those straight punches right down the middle to the face. That seems to be so far his best offense.
10 seconds left. Both corners pleading to their fighter. Oh, wow, almost off the top of the dome there.
Davidson.
Very good
So
fight.
that ends the fight.
Very good fight.
Yeah, and I think this will be difficult to call, but if I were a gambling person, I would say I think probably Davidson took that fight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I might edge it to Davidson. We've seen some funny judging over the course of the years, you know, so you never quite know. But I thought, just from my observation, he looked a little sharper, a little more offensive, kind of created his defense, turned his defense into offense, and you know, neither fighter really dominant necessarily, but I think maybe if we had to edge it out one way or the other, might go to the red corner.
Yeah, I think one of the really interesting things about judging with that 10-point must system is you could have a fairly dominant round where like you're decisively the winner and win 10-9, and then you could have the next round where your opponent just ekes out by the slimmest of margins, and then you go into the third round with the fight tied, you know? So that's kind of an interesting aspect of that whole 10-point must system. We haven't really seen that at all here tonight. I mean, pretty much the fights have been fairly decisive for the most part. So,
yeah, no, I think the judges have gotten it right every single time tonight. But again, that's why they say, don't leave it to the judges. They'll make you cry every time.
Yep.
And so we'll see ultimately kind of what they decided here on this one. What a great fight this was. Let's send it down to Chris to make this decision official.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 has called the bout 30-27. Judge 2 has called the bout 29-28. And Judge 3 has called the bout 30-27, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, it's Aaron Davidson.
Aaron Davidson picking up the victory for the House of Muay Thai. He goes to 4-1.
Yep. Great fight. He goes to 4-1, moves Isaac to 3-1.